Take two. Take two. Okay, hopefully you all make the transition over. It took me a little bit. I don't know what happened. I thought I could use these, but I think they're old as can be. So today is Wellness Wednesday. Let me start over, I think. And today's Wellness Wednesday. So I've done Wellness Wednesdays for a while, but for the month of November, I kind of started up as I marched towards being 45. As I march towards 45, I'm just kind of counting down the Wednesdays to get there. And I started taking the generic Ozempic called GLP-1. And I'm doing Weight Watchers with it. And I want to come on here and tell you how amazing it's going. But it's not. I'm having some issues. Some absolute issues. And so today I want to talk about that. I do have to be careful with my time. We're not going to go full hour because I have to be somewhere and I have to be dressed, and I'm not yet dressed for that event. So anyways, this is my Wellness Wednesday. I don't think everybody's going to make it. I bet I edit it. Oh gosh. I visibility did. That's my husband. Oh, I can't get that. Public. Now everybody can see it. Oh my goodness. I am doing a great job today. I'm just doing a great job. I had it set to private so nobody could see it, and just doing a fantastic job today. So let me see if it went there. So it's public, category, no playlist. There we go. 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 Okay. Okay. Whew. I hit it to private and I couldn't figure out why you guys weren't here at all. So I am not going to be able to be on long, but I really do want to talk to you about where I'm at with the Ozempic, generic Ozempic. So I take the GLP. It's in a little vial and I got to take it. I am going to make the doctor's appointment and get with, no, it was absolutely my own fault. I put the video for private. I was so like, oh, hurrying up. I had to get the webcam out to do this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying. So I'm taking the Ozempic generic and I've done 3 shots. I technically have lost. It's so hard. Like from Monday to Monday, since I started Weight Watchers, the Mondays go in, I'm down to 180.6. So 13.2 pounds. Amazing. But I'll be honest, I've been climbing back up like a pound or two. And so here's like the breakdown in my 3 weeks. The first week I took a 0.25 dose and it was amazing. The crazy person who has to eat all the time left my head. And I know it just, the struggle bus was gone. The constant hunger, the insanity that controls me. Was it a bit too much? It was a bit too much, but it was so nice not to be shackled to the hunger, to the just nonsense eating. And so I was so ecstatic. I could not wait. And I could start feeling a difference the day before. And then I took my second shot. And it took a while to kick in, but it kicked in by that night. I have like a little like fruit fly that's driving me up the wall in here, which I don't even know why there should be a fruit fly in my office. I took it and it took a while to kick in. It kicked in, took a while to kick in. But instead of it fading Thursday, like the first shot faded like Thursday. Hey, you guys made it. I know, and I'm getting right into it. I'm so sorry. It's just I have to be ready and get ready in like 25 minutes. And I had to get a job done this morning. I actually had to work today, and it took, and like I was planning on getting on here once my son left so he wouldn't be in the room. He was working on his stuff. And then he left and I was finishing a work for my husband. And then then I realized oh my goodness, I'm running out of time. Okay, so I took the first shot. Amazing. About the day before the shot, I definitely felt like it wasn't working. And I took the shot on Friday. That night it kind of kicked in. And then this time, instead of it not working Thursday, it felt like it was not working Tuesday night, Wednesday. And I was like, wow. And then I took the shot Friday. So still 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. And I felt like I never took the shot this week. It literally feels like nothing. And it's so hard because, not being enslaved by the uncontrollable hunger for that week and a half, 2 weeks, makes me realize I don't want to keep living that way, if that makes sense. It makes me realize I definitely have some serious insulin resistance. I need to go really get with the doctor and do this correctly, or medically and not through the clinic thing. I'm taking Ozempic, the Ozempic Generic. It's generic Ozempic. With a prescription. I'm doing it through a clinic. But it's made me realize that I definitely have some serious insulin resistant issues completely. So it's crazy, going into, I was very gung-ho 3 weeks ago. I'm like, this is going to be great. I added the shot to what I was already doing. And then what kind of happened was I gave the shot like it was the gatekeeper. And I'm like, not a big deal. I'm going to lose weight. I have this shot. And all of my self-control is clicking in. And if you heard me talk last week, you have to have a game plan when you take this to get off of it, because not everybody stays on it for a lifetime. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of got lazy. And I was just like, this is not going to be a big deal. I eat so little right now, but I'm going to make good choices. And I'm doing my Weight Watchers plan. So somewhere between the high of feeling in control because I'm taking a supplement that helps me feel control, to the supplement is not kicking in as hard, I realized I didn't do my part. I didn't do my part because I'm logging what I'm eating, but I'm not logging what I'm eating. I'm not following the Weight Watcher plan I'm spending money on. I'm just and then it so quickly avalanches into eating again. So I'm going to tell you, the shot is kind of working, where I don't feel like I have, I got an itch. I don't feel like I have 100% of my appetite back, but it's like 90%. And even that's too much. And then my mom went out of town for her birthday. And then my kids have been sick or something's going on. And I haven't been back to the gym since the 16th. So I've gone half the month, and I felt really good going to the gym. It was amazing. Just amazing. But I'm not going to the gym right now. And then the other part I'm not going to the gym is it's season. Okay, so listen. I live in Florida. And I live in a snowbird area, which most of Florida is a snowbird area. But the snowbirds are in town, and there's just more of them because it's after Thanksgiving, and they're not going to leave until Easter. They come Thanksgiving weekend, and they typically stay till Easter. And for the most part, they're wonderful people, just wonderful people. But then there's some. And the gym we were going to, they're all there for season. And so it's packed more. And I'm just like, I'm not really excited to go deal with them, especially with just the rudeness I've been dealing with. And they're snowbirds because they're retired and they're just. But we're getting that same gym, a Planet Fitness, in our area. And so I did sign up for that. And I'm excited for when that comes, because I'll just bring my mom on my pass and then I'll go with her on her pass. So I'm ready for that to get started, but I don't know when it's opening. And I'm almost back to like the weight I was in August when I was doing the 20,000 step challenge, and it was amazing. I felt so good doing a 20,000 step challenge. And I really thought I did that through the summer. My kids were home, but we weren't worrying about homeschool. We were just living, they were enjoying life, and I wasn't like worrying about all the things with them. Now it's, I go to school, I take them to school, and then I'm trying to squeeze everything in, and I'm working on the side, and it's just, I don't know. It's a lot to do. And then I have to move at 2, and then I'm on the road from like 1:30, 2 o'clock till, well, Katie hasn't been going to the school. So 2 o'clock till whenever, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like even yesterday, 5 o'clock. And I'm like, man. And I'm like, when the gym opens up, when I do that town park. But I did talk to one of the kids that go to school with my kids that I've known forever. And I'm literally paying her $5 a day to collect my kids and just drop them off on our way home. And it's not much out of her way. So it's really a win-win. She's winning because it doesn't take much for her to do. I'm winning because at that, I'm getting so much value for how much it costs me. So it's really, thankfully, a very mutually beneficial system. And that helps me out a lot because that just gives me really a bonus hour to just not have to stop things. So, anyways, I know I need to get back to exercising. I have lost my ability with the Weight Watchers that I've got to get on. And I'm really disappointed because I did this whole no sugar November, and I started making cakes like I do every year. Next thing I know, I'm eating sugar. I don't even realize I'm popping the sugar in my mouth, and I'm like, man. And then I've been playing with streamlining my cooking a little bit. And one of the things I'm doing is making biscuits. And I'm going to do a video on it soon. There's so many ways to make a biscuit. So not necessarily the, here's the best way to make a biscuit, but just the aspect of I've been making the biscuits during the day, and then I cut the biscuits and I freeze them. And then for dinner, I pull out the biscuits and I cook them in the oven, and it works phenomenally, just like the Pillsbury frozen ones. And my family is just in heaven, and I'm enjoying that I didn't make a floury mess in my kitchen right before dinner. THM just came out with a dessert cookbook. I'm not a THM lover. I actually just gave my THM book away, my cookbook, to my friend who wore hers out. And I was like, I tried, girl. Here. It's all labeled. There you go. And she took it. And I don't know, it was kind of a relief. And I'm still having the whole issue of good food, bad food delusion. So with the shot, and it curbs my appetite, I make better food decisions, which probably sounds nuts. But it's like, I know I'm only going to be able to eat so much, and I really hone in on that being very healthy. But now that the beast is showing back up, just constantly hungry, I just find myself gravitating to things more and more and more and more and more and more. And I'm like, this isn't good. And one of the things I've noticed, and I've been fighting with too, I'm going to just take a sip of coffee on this note just to cheer it on, is my GERD is way more not under control taking the glutides, but it's worth it. I mean, this is the sense of like what control my hunger, the beast of my hunger controls me, is the idea of being slightly nauseated, having to be so much more careful with my GERD, and dealing with a little more constipation is so worth not fighting the brain space of the hungry beast. To me, that's nuts. That the hungry beast bothers me that much, but it's really giving me the sense of like, oh, there is a chemical issue here. There's a chemical issue here. So, and I really was excited, like moving into my cycle last week. I'm like, all right, now I'm going to start popping them out. But then like the Ozempic do its magic. And I was like, man. So I'm trying to figure that part out, and figuring something else just to try and get through. I don't know if y'all caught, and I'm going to take this time to talk about it, but why do I disappear from YouTube? Okay, besides the fact that life gets busy. And it just kind of hit me last week. In fact, you've seen it. You saw the video of, hopefully you saw my last video where I talked about just ADHD paralysis. It's ADHD paralysis. And it's like the freeze. And I struggle. It's a struggle bus issue. And it really does affect my self-care. And that's kind of like where I'm at now. It's like the self-care is really a huge issue for me. And I think the eating goes hand in hand. And when I get too distracted by too many things, like I'll be doing great things and then I'm just like, oh, I need to do this. And like my brain shifts to only see these things and then I forget what I'm doing. Like I forget that I'm counting Weight Watcher points. My husband he sent me like a clip. My husband will not watch my videos. Believe it or not, he finds me completely boring. So I'd say whatever I want because he's not going to watch them. And he sent me a clip and he's like, hey, have you watched this video? And it was me talking about smart spending a year and a half ago. And I was like, did you watch it? Because it's not exactly what you think it is. And he's just like, well, no. I'm like, good, then we're going to watch it together. And I watched it with him. Of course, he fell asleep. I literally was like blowing into his eyeballs to wake his eyeballs back up. I'm like, you're going to watch this. If you're going to send me videos that you think I should watch of my own videos, then you are going to watch them with me. Oh, there's that thingy. Anyways, he was just like, whatever. So I listened to it and I'm listening to myself. And I'm just going to tell you, sometimes the best teacher I have is me. Except I forgot what I had to say. Like, that's the truth. And I'm listening to it and I was like, oh, I forgot I was doing that. Like, one of the things I did to control the way I was spending money had to do with not buying groceries at Walmart, even though Walmart's cheaper. By making myself go to Publix or Winn-Dixie forced me to not buy random stuff under the cover of groceries. Because I would do that. I do that. I'm already back to doing that. And it curved my spending. And then I was listening to the freedom I had on the spending. Now, if you have ADHD, you know, like the eating is an issue. I was writing notes the other day because I was like, oh, I should really take notes on this stuff. But the overeating is an issue, and so is the overspending. And I was listening to that, and it really kind of just struck me like I need to be doing that. So anyways, going back to the Ozempic, I feel like I've failed the Weight Watcher bus. I feel like I failed the sugar bus of being sugar free. I stopped exercising. I've stopped doing all of it. And I feel really just bummed about it. I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, do you have this? Like you get going and you're doing so good. And then it's like sidetrack. And then you're like, I don't even remember where I was going. What was I doing? And I fight that constantly. And I don't think it's a new thing. I don't think it's like, oh, you know, you're turning 45, Trish. Of course you're going to fight this. I think it's something I kind of struggle with, but even now with more distractions in life from your kids, I thought like it was overwhelming having kids when they were little. You're like, I want to be like little. But as teenagers that have places to go as high school, they really exhaust me now more than ever before. So, yeah. How are you doing with that? Get some feedback from you. With the Ozempic, I plan to step up early. I don't plan to wait. I've talked to my person instead of taking another 0.25 this Friday, I'm going to take a 0.5. In fact, I'm going to take a 0.5 tomorrow on Thursday instead of Friday. So a day ahead, because you can do a day ahead and move my day to Thursday and do the 0.5 and see where that goes and see if that maintains and changes anything, which means I will go through the meds faster. But then in the meantime, making an appointment with the doctor for myself to really take a look at it. And I was talking to a friend of mine, she's a couple years younger, and we're discussing, and it's like, I tried to talk to my doctor last year. I didn't know about Ozempic and what it did, but I tried to talk, like, I'm having issues with my hormones. I'm having issues with weight. But I've always had issues with weight, obnoxiously. And so I'm just like, I have all these things. And when I tried to talk to her about it, she's like, well, yeah, you're getting old. I don't think that's good enough. I have a friend of mine, and I kind of want to bring her on. I have a couple of people like I want to bring on and start doing some videos with, because the conversations are so good. And especially when I'm done talking with them, where I'm like, I wish I would have recorded this conversation, because everybody else would benefit from this conversation, not just me. That's not fair to hide it, to keep it to myself. Just about the fact that, like, intermittent fasting on a daily basis is not good for women. Some women are doing great by it, and other women are crashing and burning their adrenal fatigues or adrenal glands or whatever. I'm not a health person. I have another one. She's a super young mom. In fact, she was my mommy helper when my kids were little, when she was still in high school. And now she's got 4 little girls. And she's amazing, and she cooks. And we just talk about, a lot of times her and I talk about trying to do too much outside of motherhood, and how you get misplaced and you misguided, and it steals joy from you daily. Or you push too hard and then you deal with the ramifications. And then a lot of times I'm warning her, like, be careful. I pushed too hard in the very early years that I've really done myself a disservice in my later years. I went to a mom, and I mean, I'm invasive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm at Walmart and I see a mom, strapping, and she's like, I can do it all. And I'm just like, be kind to your back. Be so kind to your back, please. I did that too. And I pay for it, wearing my babies. And she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, I know, girl. I was that way too, I was that way. Are y'all able to hear me? Because here again, my speaker quit. It looks like everything froze up. So I don't know. I actually am going to cut it at that, because I'm not sure if anybody can hear me again. Let me put that in there. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. I like the little thing that usually moves when I speak is not doing its thing. But I look at that and I worry. And then I look at, I don't know, there's some that live by THM. And so those that don't know what THM is, Trim Healthy Mama. The way that they handle food is not mentally or psychologically healthy for me. But they talk about maintaining your blood sugar level, which I think is important. And I just don't know. The struggle bus, good. I'm so glad that you can hear. The struggle bus on just making good decisions are so hard right now. And I know it's the holiday times, and that shouldn't be a big deal. I did not go off the charts. The nibbling, the grazing has come back full force. That scares the tar out of me. And I don't like it, and I don't like that constantly looking for something to put in my mouth is making me nuts. I am drinking my cup of coffee today. So I'm going to have to take a Prilosec for my esophagus. I just wish I was more motivated. I hate to say that because I told my husband, like, he's like, I noticed you, like, I don't know if we talked about this last week, but he made the comment, like, I noticed you're not eating as much. You have amazing self control. And I'm like, I don't have self control. That's the shot helping me. That's all the shot, not me. And the moment the shot, the GLP was not working, the need to eat came back full. And I was just like, and I almost hate to say, like, I had more self control going in before the shot than I now have after a week or two of the shot. But I'm not going to tell you that that was, I should have just not had the shot, the Ozempic, because I know very well that I can only last so long with all that self control before I go. Let's see, holidays are hard for me too, but I also comfort eat. Yes, I know. I find I look for something to eat all the time and I'm not hungry. Yes. And I think what I'm struggling with is you don't realize when that's you all the time how much it takes of your brain space. And then you get time without it and you're just like, wow, wow, there's so much less clutter in my head not thinking about food. Like I'm thinking about food right now. I'm thinking about these sugar-free peanut M&M alternatives by Stover's. That's what I'm thinking about right now. And what I also noticed too was when the peptides, the glutathione, whatever it's called, the Ozempic, I didn't want to drink soda. And now I'm back to drinking, I mean, Diet Coke, but I'm back to drinking Diet Cokes. And that's like, how can we change this? I don't know. That, I mean, because I hate to be on the aspect of like, do I need medication to change this? What has caused this? I mean, if it's over time, and this is what I was talking about the other time, was does our bodies adapt to this because we constantly fed for so long that now it wants to recreate that constantly, or we have the microbes in our stomach that are sending the messages for us to do this? Because that's a real thing. That's a legit real thing, the microbes in your gut. And so the thought is like, can we get on the medicine and retrain our guts and retrain our brain to think and react differently long enough? I mean, if it was caused by my habits, can my habits uncause it? And can I get the help through the shot to get there? Because the amount of energy, especially when you're dealing with stress, and there's like all this other dealing when you're stressed out, that comes into like, does that work? So I hate to sound like a Debbie Downer on it. Um, I am a little Debbie Downer. I mean, I didn't do too bad today. Like I got 100-calorie crisp from Kellogg's. Like I showed it on Instagram. It was ridiculous. If you go on Instagram, you'll see it. And it was like 100-calorie whatever. Here we go. Let's see if you can see it. See, it's these, right? They're 100 calories. For one packet, it says 100 calories, 1 saturated fat, 8 grams of sodium, 7 total sugar. 100 calories. So I'm thinking like this can't be bad. 3 points. It's 5 points. Can you see? Stay focused. 5 points. It was 5 points. And I'm like, 5 points. And I'm like, I'm not going to eat that. So what did I eat? I ate 2 slices of bread, 2 points, because it was the keto natural life. Avocado or guacamole, the 100-calorie pack. So that was 2 points. 2 eggs and a couple little pieces of bacon. I think it was like 6 points. Something like that. And I'm like, I'd rather eat 2 slices of toast with avocado, egg, and a tiny bit of bacon than to eat the stinking crisp. Like, I would have not been satisfied with that. And And it's like, okay, making good decisions, but it's like, and then sometimes I hate to say, like on the keto part, it's almost easier not to eat than to figure out what to eat or waking the beast. And so I got done. I had that, and I don't feel like my food sits in my stomach that much longer anymore. So obviously, like I've adapted out of that dose of the medicine because it's supposed to keep the food in your stomach in there longer. It doesn't feel like it stays in there longer as long anymore. And then I got done. My mom showed up, which I was glad because I had a birthday present for her. Oh my goodness, they have these like magic pants. They're stinking cute. They are cute. At first, I did not like them, but as my belly bloated down, I like them better. But they're like a one size fits most pants because they're magical, and they are these beautiful slack material, and it's so good. So I was so thankful. Like one time we went shopping, and she found that she liked them, and I'm like, awesome. Now I know what to get you is some magic pants because they look great on her. So I bought her a new pair, to do her wardrobe. She likes to wear jammies all day anyways. They feel like jammies. So she loves them. But I almost got a pair of black ones. Anyways, I digress. Oh, my mom came over and she brought hot wings, and I had one. So honestly, that's really phenomenal. And I've had 2 cups of coffee, creamer included. I haven't finished it though. Um, and I'm gonna go to a benefit tonight, which is why I got to get fed. I just really thought, have you ever watched Plant Plantiful Kiki? I follow her plan, but I've tweaked it a bit to make it work. But her plan is very doable, especially if need a larger quantity of food. Check her out. I bet she's vegetarian or vegan, right? Like I was eating before, like when I did Weight Watchers and I dropped a lot of weight, I would eat like a little bit of rice because I need the rice. And then my friend who's doing all like, she's like a health coach. She's like, women need carbs. Carbs are important because we have cycles. And so that'd give me the carbs and add broccoli and I'd put some like chicken to it and I'd be like, great. And I think I just ate so much of that as my daily staple. I don't want to look at it. Like I should be eating more vegetables and I look at vegetables. I'm like, I'm good. Thank you. Goodbye. And I think that's hard for me too. Like the biscuits, having them in the freezer and making that convenience, I want to pop them out and put them in my little toaster oven and eat them. I really do. I hate to say it like this. I know what I'm going to do, Doris. I'm going to take a little more of that shot and see how that goes. Because in some ways, I feel like my body is out against me. Like there's more microbe cells than there are cells of you. She is, but I'm not. I just put in a small amount of meat when I need it. She follows a high carb, good carb, low fat. Oh, that's good to know. I've changed my diet now that I've been diagnosed with gastroparesis, aka slow digestive syndrome. I'm going to write that down. That is interesting. Erica. I'm so glad you guys come back and you deal with my hit and miss intermittent YouTubing. I don't intermittent fast, I intermittent YouTube. And like having Doris and having Erica back and Nona, it's just like y'all have been with me forever and a day. And I just appreciate the tar out of all of you. Paresis. I was reading up on SIBO and they were saying like GERD is a symptom of SIBO. And so, remember how last week I told you like my daughter's taking that medicine? I think she got the flu on top of taking the medicine. Today is the last day and she's done. She made it through the end. She took the last one. And thank you, Nona. It's so weird because the inflammation is gone, like crazy gone. And she looks like she's miserable and she's like, I can't breathe, I can't think, my body hurts, every joint is miserable. And I'm like, I don't know if that's detoxing or you got the flu. I don't know what you got going on, but you look the healthiest you've looked in a year and a half, 2 years. Like she looks so healthy. Like, except don't look at her face because she doesn't hide anything. She's like, I understand how things throw us off, right? So she looks so good, and I'm so excited to see what, like, now coming out of the meds, we have to do like a nasal swab to see if the mold is in her sinus things. Yeah, detoxing's horrible. But it's got me going like, oh, if I might need to be dealing with SIBO. And then one of y'all sent me a thing in my email, like of something to use to do a detox. And I'm excited and scared to do it. I know I need to do something because maybe I can end the GERD. Like, your body's not supposed to do that. Like, God did not intend our bodies to act that way. So it's so hard. All right, it is 2:30, my lovelies. I do have to let you go. I have to go take care of the things I have to take care of before I have to go. Oh, flower lover, I'm glad you made it because I'm leaving. My stomach doesn't work like other people's. It takes forever to digest food, and my stomach is very bloated. I look 6 months pregnant, not pregnant. Yeah, like, and I think that's what I like too is what I noticed the first week. By the end of the first week on my first dose is Ozempic is that little, it's like a little gnat drive me up the wall, is the feeling of my stomach sunk in. I think I told you all that. Like, that feeling of emptiness after the baby comes out, like when they take the baby out and then they set the baby on your tummy and like your stomach has been this hard round ball and then all of a sudden it's this like cuddly little pouch to hide in. It felt like that kind of transition with my stomach, which is a lot of inflammation and bloating that it got rid of. And I'm like, wow, I want that back. I don't feel bloated, but I feel bloated, I guess. I think I'm so used to being extremely bloated that like mild bloating doesn't feel like a bloat, or regular bloating doesn't feel like a bloat. But then having time with no bloat whatsoever, I want that back. And I don't even know how to get it back. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So that's what I got to say. Very sad, kind of bummed out thing, but I'm trying. I did make y'all a video. Listen, I got this really cool. I did an upgrade. I'm going to show you my upgrade. I bought myself an upgrade. So if you saw, I would love not to be bloated, right? Oh, take care, everyone. I love you guys so much. So I did my first video and I posted it in my bathroom, just talking about my ADHD paralysis and not taking care of myself. And it's my garbage can that set the domino effect for the avalanche to just make things hard. I've already done another video and I've edited it. I have it uploaded and I'm going to release it Friday. And it's kind of my little laundry hack with ADHD paralysis. And what I'm finding is, one, if I video the things I have ADHD paralysis about, I get it done. And two, what motivates me a lot of times to get motivated is watching somebody else do the things that I'm not wanting to do. And I'm like, oh, look, they're doing these things. They're getting these things done. If they're getting it done, I can get mine done. And it kind of motivates me. And I'm like, I use so many people for that with their videos. Like, maybe my videos can do that too. Which means I've done something that I haven't done in over a year. I actually did a video edit, so it's not a completely raw video. The last one was a raw video, but the one coming out Friday is not. So definitely keep an eye on that. And I think, like, there's no telling what I'm going to talk about, but I think I'm going to move into an aspect of doing like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday video. That's the goal. Live on Wednesday and posting you something Mondays and Fridays. And I'm trying to experiment with more short videos. So we'll see. We'll see, because I can have the best of intentions and it's like, squirrel, I forget what I'm doing. I do. I do want to show. I did get some more toys. Thank you for the camera. We'll see if you liked it. Tell me what you think on the video quality. I think it's so nice. And it's not my phone. And then I'm not overloading my phone with videos, or I'm trying to video when somebody's calling in and it's such a hot mess. I have my sewing machine out, believe it or not. There it is. I got it for my birthday last year and I haven't used it yet. And then I bought this, an Epsom tankless, because I want to do sublimations for my kids instead of buying them. And then I got to show you this last thing and then we're done. I'm leaving. I have to go. I have to. This is why I don't like, I have to sneak out of parties or events because I don't want to leave anybody. So I just keep talking and I never leave. I'm the last one to leave. It's just notorious. It's so hard to say goodbye. But I put paper towels in here so you can see it. So I just got a Tervis tumbler. If y'all don't know, I don't like drinking out of metal. Because I think I don't like the way it tastes. Two, I don't trust it. I bought my first machine Good Friday. I'm 52. Awesome. I have the printer, but not for sublimation. It's awesome. Yeah, I haven't set it up. I'm waiting for the sublimation inks to come, and then like you can do the iron on. So if y'all give me some ideas, maybe we can design some cool shirts or something. And I don't know. Anyways, I don't drink out of metal, and it was so kind of like if you've ever been with a chiropractor that does like reflex stuff, they will test things with you. And they're coming up that this woman was having like a metal toxicity issue. And she was like trying to go through like, where are you getting this metal from? Where are you getting this metal from? And I finally said, you're drinking out of a metal cup, aren't you? As I was kind of being invasive, and my chiropractor brings me in for some things. I said, I bet you're drinking out of a metal cup that you put hot and cold, but mostly hot drinks in. And she goes, I do. And I said, yeah, the problem is, here's the problem with metals. You heat them up, they're going to leach, which means they have other compounds mixed in with them, and they will kind of like hold other compounds and release it. And so the stainless steel is not pure steel. A lot of times it's recycled, and you don't know the quality of that material, that metal. And so it could be leaching toxins into your body. Not that plastic is that much more phenomenal, but honestly, I don't drink hot stuff in plastic because plastic, the molecular structure is like a spring and it does kind of the same thing. I drink hot stuff in things like this or paper cups. That's my little like whatever statement for the day. But I ordered this cup and my mom went and bought it for me. So I have to show it because this is the cup. If you don't know, so my cups that I drink are Tervis tumblers. They're double wall. I'm not affiliated. Oh my goodness, I love it. But they don't sweat because they have a double plastic wall. I put paper in here so you can see it. So this is our cup that says Together We Shine. The lighting. I don't know how to get it without the glare. So it's Together We Shine. And it's really stinking cute. And so it says, after Hurricane Ian devastated Florida, Floridians came together to help those in need by purchasing this tumbler. You have to. All proceeds benefit the Florida Disaster Fund for Hurricane Ian recovery efforts. And it says learn more at floridadisasters.com. It's got this really cool little, I guess, sticker. And it's Volunteer Florida Disaster Fund. And it's just gorgeous. It reminds me, and I think that was like my favorite part, the way they did it. It reminds me of the old tourist placemats that they had at everyone that would be in color, and it'd have the shape of Florida, and it would have the shuttle, and it'd have a golf course, and have a woman on water skis, a dolphin, a flamingo, a palm trees, alligator, sand dollar manatee, sailboat. And so I had to share it. It's just such a cool cup. All right, with that, I have to go. Until next week, check out my video on Friday. It'll be out. Just my ADHD paralysis laundry hack. Doing my best. Y'all have a lovely day, and I'll see you next week, and we'll see if up in the dose brings me back to the place that I want to be. All right, so I will talk to you soon. I love you all so much. And of course, I'm back with you with the comments. If you leave me any comments or post any comments to the videos, I try my best to get to those too. All right, y'all have a great week. Bye.